Season 1. And of course, his speciality is the Reinhardt, is the fatty shatty. So him and Midna, when they finally clash on that same hero, it should be a juggernaut slammer.
It's a good meta for CIS Hope as well, because we've seen last season that they play this kind of Zarya-Ryan combo incredibly well. We saw Unfixed playing a beautiful Zarya for most of last season, but now he's become his team's Hanzo specialist. And in fact, on Oasis last week on University, this guy was solo carrying that first point super hard. So if you're going to see him pick up anything, I'd expect that to come out. But for right now, it's going to be that good old 3-3.
Name a more iconic duo, CIS Hope and Tanks. I'll gladly wait for that one.
Angry Town Titans and Tanks.
Ah, very good. Okay, I'll take that one. Danid on that Doomfist. We saw a little bit of a taster of that last week, hoping to see more of it this time around.
It's interesting seeing the Doomfist here, because I expected them to pick it into something where there might be a Pharah, because that 6 versus 4, charge at the tanks and wipe them out, that seems to be the sort of style they want to opt towards. But this time around, they're still going to stick by it, and they've gone towards that triple DPS. Triple
DPS, Midna being the only tank available for them, is Wayfast getting a little bit busy already, as he's getting some headshots down with those rockets.
This is really good, because they're doing what triple DPS is meant to do, and that's splitting the team up, poking them all from different angles and trying to find the way in. They've already got main here, and now Chow is out of his mech.
And it's easy picking for Wayfast on this Pharah. Yofi's going to bring Midna back into the fight, and you can see Danid getting a pocket from his Mercy as he managed to find Unfix as well.
This is why I think you can't write these guys off, is that because they thrive in chaos, and this is the kind of style they are going to welcome. It's a young team, they know what they can do, they're very, very mechanically talented, and this is a great opportunity to show it again. Triple DPS, get the flanks down, really start splitting this CIS Hope team up, because we speak about them being a band of brothers. Well, you separate them out and they're not brothers anymore.
Well, I think they're still linked by that almost blood.
Soul bond, yeah, blood and death, basically.
Blood and death is what they bring to Overwatch, and they want to do more of the same into this season. Wayfast has got himself a barrage. Dragon Strike's going to cut through that entrance, and everyone's going to part, but Unfixed doesn't get the memo. He's going to drop down to that quite nicely. Danid getting on the board with that Doomfist. There's a nice angle here for Wayfast. Going to use the Concussive Blast instead. No one falls victim to the environmental as Midna gets the Goompa Stomp onto Sharek, and Danid just flies through the map. That's going to be a reset for CIS Hope.
And everyone was concerned we would not get to see Danid's Doomfist this week. Well, your prayers have been answered. Plays incredibly well into team comp, into tank comps, and what have we said about CIS Hope? They love these tank-based setups, so what better time to bring it out? And to be fair to him, it's having a much better arrival this week than it did on Eichenwald last week.
Eichenwald was a bit hit and miss for Danid, but Lijiang Tower seems to be his, shall we say, mecca of Doomfist at the moment, the way he's playing. Already from the side, looking for behind the back line. Doesn't get anyone with the seismic slam. 12's getting a kill onto main as Wayfast's going to cut through the window with the barrage. They're very aware of where he is. Defense metric went straight up for D.Va. Can't hold it long enough, but the rockets will seep through again. Chow uses that time to get enough damage to kill Wayfast.
I feel Blizzard to look to rename Barrage to Death Sentence, because it seems to be the thing for every part. They get caught out by this, but look at all these ults coming through from We Have All. They are desperate to take this point back, but so far only have main on the kill feed.
And Unfix being very patient with his Graviton Surge. He's not concerned about it. He's going to keep hold of it for the time being as We Have All jump back onto the point. Aang going to get the kill with the Lucio. Meteor Strike coming down, gets Chow when he's outside of his mech, and then the Graviton Surge comes out, and the rest of CIS Hope just press W and go and clear through We Have All.
Doomfist's worst enemy, gravity, seems to be, is always the problem for him. Likes to be in the air, but Grav Surge is going to lock him in place, and without that mobility, buddy, I'm afraid you're not too long for this world. So CIS Hope, with that little cheeky back cap there, is going to put We Have All on the back foot. Now they've got to fight back into ground, and let's not forget, CIS Hope have got so much cover from the environment here. It's going to be a hard-fought battle to get back in. Biggest concern right now is they're all grouping in the same place. They're not playing this triple DPS style that won them the first fight.
Primal Rage coming out early from Midna just to try and wrestle this around a little bit more. Danid taking out Kenzie. That's the third time this map. Unfix is going to shut him down with the Zarya. Dragon Strike coming through the center of the point again, finds no one but main. He's got a long lateral beam of his own. It's called a Coalescence in Twirls. Its name is written just for you. Wayfast still getting the pocket, and he's got the barrage available. He's been coming out multiple times. He's going to let it rain down from above. Nice defense matrix to soak up a lot of the damage, and good use of terrain by CIS Hope to avoid that. They're on the point using the sound barrier to reinvigorate their attack and keep hold of this point. Over time, ticking down. Main on the point going for Midna as he tries to jump away from the damage. Chow going to be the one to pick that one up. Was on Tracer. Here's Danid again, going to use that fade away to miss the damage. He's going to get taken down by Unfixed. We have Org just filtering into this, and they've gone straight into the Graviton Surge. Yofi and Cass going to be the biggest victims of that one, as they're still unable to get a foothold on this point. The overtime's going to tick down. CIS Hope going to take Garden.
Bit of a shaky start for CIS Hope, but you can forgive a lot of teams things like that when you're against a team that you have not scrimmed in weeks. Most teams in Contenders will not play each other for 2 to 3 weeks before their official match comes up. So this is the first time CIS Hope are going to be encountering this version of We Have Org, and of course, as you can see, caught them by surprise at the start. Now they've kind of found the answer. We're going to have to see We Have Org mix things up once again, but this time, keep that grasp on the game and not surrender the point too early.
Onto Control Center, and Unfixed, he's got that Hanzo out again, so he played it last week, he had great success with it. Nice to see him flex onto more heroes than what we saw last season, but this guy was known as Jack of all trades in Season 1. There wasn't really a hero we found that he couldn't play to an adequate standard.
Seems to be the guy's a bit of a jack of all trades, master of all, it seems in some ways, especially when you got onto things like Farah last season. This season, it's all about the Hanzo.
Dana going to change it up. He's picking up the McCree for this round of Lijiang Tower. Hopefully going to try and get in there with those flashbangs, disrupt the shields, lock down some of these high-value targets. Already CIS Hope take the initiative, get a hold of that point, and lock out We Have Org. So they've got to find these little cracks in the armor to get themselves back onto this point.
I think they may have been half expecting a Farah to come out of the other side, but no, Cass with a huge pick onto main. That turns it into a 6 versus 5, and now We Have Org can push in.
No resurrection coming out, was no resurrection available to get him out in a safe way. Way fast from above, Danid again onto Sharek. He's going to move up to the center of the point, force out Chow, and make sure that Kenzie's also going to back off, but way fast. He has other plans going around on the flank to try and cut off the retreat, but they've managed to get out successfully.
A lot of focus from CIS Hope there, as you'd expect from a 3-3 team, to try and push into the backline and bring down the supports to really cripple the backbone of We Have Org. But they ignored one crucial factor, and his name was White Wayfast. You saw him behind them, just catching out Unfixed was a really big one, because they were relying on the damage he could bring forward. But here we go again, CIS Hope managing to get the better of this fight to begin with, but it's still looking pretty good.
Main channeling is in a Jonak, but he hasn't quite got the connection to land those shots. He's going to let the rest of his team get the kills, but the Discord orbs are on point to make that just a bit easier for CIS Hope.
Yeah, We Have Org once again forced away from the point. It is a bit harder when you've only got the 2 tanks on side to hold against this full team of 6 that are going to throw themselves at you at any given opportunity. And Unfixed now with that ultimate online, he'll be looking to try and get a big play off here as well. Look at the ultimates on side for We Have Org. They've got the combos. They've just got to use them greatly. And here they come, both at the same time.
Graviton Surge into the Transcendence. Way fast at the back with the barrage finds 3 for We Have Org. The CIS Hope still fighting back, but it's We Have Org who are on the point. We've got the Brigitte putting up the shield against Midna, can't disrupt it. And there's a lonely Unfixed trying to deal with the Farah, but Cass is the one to take him out.
Pretty nice stagger as well. Unfixed dying a good 10 seconds after the rest of his team died in the initial combo. So for We Have Org, this is a chance to pull themselves ahead, create that larger gap between them and CIS Hope in terms of their capture percentage so far. But CIS Hope are coming out once again, and guess what Sharek's got? He has got that fatty shatty. It's what it's renowned for. Midna equally, his last week. This is the first big duel we're going to see.
Whose shatter will make the other crumble? Midna to go first. Sharek still holding on to his. Great shutdown with the pin to stun that down and save his teammates. So Sharek using a little bit of the outside-of-the-box toolkit to make sure his team's staying alive. Still got access to that shatter, but doesn't need to use it. He's going to throw it down, blocked by 12, and the other opponent was inside the terrain, unable to get hit by it. While this is going on, Unfixed takes out the Farah Mercy combination all by himself, giving control of the point back over to CIS Hope.
There's still a bit of a way behind We Have Org, mind you, and they're the ones who have currently got the Hanzo ult online. Unfixed is only 20% away from his, but there's not really anything to combo it with just yet. It's very much so going to come down to which Zarya gets to grab online as to who starts to win these fights.
By the time both Zaryas, or even one of these Zaryas, has that ult online, both Hanzos are going to have the Dragon Strike available. So really, the race is all about the Zarya. Twals, he's ahead, but sometimes it's more of a tortoise than a hare affair for these two teams.
I feel that way sometimes. Wayfast being quite smart, and playing coast outside here. You either play very high inside command center itself, or you play on coast and force them to have to play quite aggressively towards you or ignore you. And look at how much free reign he's getting outside here. With that health back out there as well, he's infinitely safe, and that's the big pick they're looking for. They've got hold of Eng already.
And also the Transcendentals are going to be online for when this Grab Dragon combination comes in. Already being used early by main. That should open up a window. Here comes the Graviton Surge. The Barrage is there. The Dragon Strike is there. Some call it overkill. I call it a win. We have Org jumping back onto the point.
Definitely a little bit of overkill there. Maybe if nothing else, they were just desperate to be able to break through the combo. Maybe they know this is the fight, that if they can win at the next one, then they find themselves in that seat of victory and they find themselves at the 1-1 scoreline. Big problem is CIS Hope, they've got to win one fight and they've got that Grab Dragon combo online. They've got to be so careful here. Midnight has got to get a large shadow down, or Jofi's got to pull off something miraculous with that Valkyrie.
The Grab Dragon combination still in the pocket of CIS Hope. No defensive ultimates barring the Valkyrie, which has already been popped. They're going to put that combination to the test right now. The Shatter comes out, but Dragon Strike is going to pass through them. Cutting down Midna, we have Org missing their main tank, and it's not safe for the Resurrection to come out. The Jofi needs to keep pocketing way fast. He's looking for Chow on that floor. CIS Hope have won the ground war and will take the point as their reward. Jofi going incredibly low, but a Discord Orb and a relatively charged Zarya should cut through him nice and easy. Midna's back on the point. He's without the support he needs to be able to put himself forward and get onto that point. Now we're looking mid. Twirls and Darned are having difficulty dealing with the Kenzie Brigitte. Way fast up high, 35 HP. He's got the barrage. Where's the healing? He needs to get back up into this game. He wants to stay alive as CIS Hope. They're getting the kill feed. Way fast, rain from above finds Kenzie. Main's there to shut him down. Chow from the side. The Transcendence to fight through with this Zarya. Can he brave through it? Unfixed is going to have to do it onto Midna. Eng going to take out his mirror matchup. Chow finds Cast. Nothing we have all can do. CIS Hope, they're going to take Lijiang Tower.
Not necessarily as dominant an affair as we would have expected in some ways, it feels. A good number of fights being won out by We Have Org and way fast. We spoke about this guy last week, looking very, very convincing on the Pharah. But ultimately, CIS Hope reminding us why we always talk about them as this band of brothers, as one of the biggest tank teams in Europe, and showing us some very convincing tank play.
Maybe a little bit of overcommitment with the ults from We Have Org sometime. I think it was most evident when we saw the Grab Dragon combination. They threw a barrage in there for good mixture as well. I don't know if they need to do that. Could have held on for that for a little bit longer. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you map number 2 of CIS Hope versus We Have Org. Welcome back to Overwatch Contenders Season 2. We're about to jump into Map 2 of CIS Hope versus We Have Org. CIS Hope, of course, they're the ones leading the series after a 2-0 victory. No, was it 2-0 victory?
It was a 2-0
victory. It was a 2-0 victory.
It was that close, it may as well have been a 2-1. At least at parts.
Yeah, okay.
They had a very convincing start, to be fair. I think the Doomfist definitely caught CIS Hope off guard. And to be honest with you, this is probably the greatest advantage some of these teams have, is they know they've got high-skill mechanical players who can deal with these different picks that you might not necessarily see on a lot of the more established teams. So if they're going to surprise CIS Hope, now's the time. They haven't seen too much of you yet. You're going on to your first non-Koth or King of the Hill map, as we call it these days. Seems to be the official name for most people anyway. They've got to try and bring out something different. The Doomfist was cool. I've got to see more variability as well. Keep on surprising them. Keep on trying to change things up. Because going on to King's Row, you're going to have to deal with a lot of Zarya, a lot of Reinhardt. It's going to be tough because you're going to get comboed time and time again. We've already spoke about Unfixed Hanzo and what he can do with that hero as well. Especially
when you combine it with yourself as Zarya. You get yourself a Grab Dragon combination. Hopefully we have Org can be a little bit more conservative with their big set-piece ultimates. We have Org instead on their defense. Doesn't look like they're going to pick up the Zarya this time around, opting for the Orisa main tank with 12s on the D.Va.
This is pretty standard overall, although I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing Junkrat, because we saw in the series, the first series of the day a little earlier on, it was a very, very exciting first point defense from both Eagle Gaming and Copenhagen Flames. Now I get to see their own variation on it. Double Sniper, always interesting. Maybe not expecting quad tank to come out of CISO, which is why they're feeling a bit safer in that regard. Not in to go with anything too projectile-based. Yes, Hanzo's projectile-based, but he's not a Farah, he's not a Junkrat, for example. And I'm quite keen to see what CISO choose to roll out with, because quite standardly, you'll see them go towards the Reinhardt, because if you know that an enemy team is likely going to sit on the high ground, it's a big risk to just try and run something into it, like a Winston, where you'll try and dive in. Oops, they've got a counter-dive comp, we're now in deep trouble.
But that's the advantage of having the Reinhardt over the Orisa, is the rotations required. If we have Org are confident they can hold that singular position, that's fine. If they need to rotate onto the point abruptly because CIS Hope coming with the aggression, that's where the problem with Orisa lies. It's that transition from hold to hold where CIS Hope can capitalize.
The big last second change. So a bit of scouting going on there just to know what it is to want to roll out with. Turns out the answer so far is full dive. Plus Mercy.
Plus Mercy, Eng beyond Mercy, usually associating with Torbjorn and Lucio, but we'll go with one of the most powerful supports in the meta right now.
You need to watch very carefully here to see what action CIS Hope take before they go for the big dive in there. They need to be able to collapse this shield down. Looks like they're getting in there so far. They've got this side of the high ground at least. We have Org very, very quick to drop to the lower background and try and hold that side instead.
They successfully compress we have Org into this singular location where they're just going to keep throwing their dive components at it, and look at them starting to reap the dividends. Wavefast does get a return kill, but Kenzie quickly shut that one down and going very low. Discord Orb should make this easy work for CIS Hope, and an incredibly fast capture on point A.
It's why I wanted to see a Junkrat coming through here, because even on the chance that they do just play full tank, you've got something to melt shields. If they do play dive, you've got the traps, you've got the concussion mines, you've got a way of kind of ending the chaos, at least temporarily. When you're playing on the double sniper, that's a lot harder. As you just saw, even when they fell back to the second high ground, they still found themselves in a spot where CIS Hope, with the coordination, just tore them apart.
And we have Org realizing that they're going to have a little bit of issue with this dive composition coming at them. Wayfast opting to go for the Brigitte. That stun should relieve some of the pressure on the We Have Org backline as CIS Hope go for it. A nice sticky comes out. Wayfast, well, you think he's going to shut down the dive, but a pulse bomb, he can't stun that.
Having him there is enough just to at least give them some form of counter dive, but I'm not convinced it's going to be enough. They've gone for the dive tanks themselves, but I was about to say that's probably the second time I've now seen them get onto the board. That's Midna getting on there as the second kill. Wayfast, their only other kill of the round so far.
Unfixed has already got that Dragon Blade available for him. A risky resurrection coming in, but CIS Hope is going to pound into that alleyway and make sure it goes uncontested. Sharik's back up on the field as Chow gets a D-Mech and a kill, basically negating the tanks of We Have Org, and Unfixed going to take out Darned as well. This payload is not stopping right now.
Full steam ahead to point 3, please, is what the CISO guy said as they hopped onto this madness train. We Have Org still really yet to make anything work for them. They haven't won a single fight so far on this round. The only ultimate they have to their name is 12, and he's not even on the map right now.
He'll be back shortly. He's going to be there, going to give himself that tasty little self-destruct. Nothing to combo with. When you compare it to the ultimates of CIS Hope, that's when the stark contrast between the two teams in the current state is truly evident. Taking the high ground, both dive tanks up there with Eng to reinforce them. Dink from Unfixed, and here comes an answer from Midna, but he's surely not going to be able to hold that fight with the level of support CIS are able to bring to it.
Kenzie doing the right thing there and just making sure that on the other side, Wavefast is pinned down and unable to really use his Willow to its greatest effect. But here comes a huge self-destruct.
No one to be found. Darned in the Chaos finds main, so that's a little bit of relief for We Have Org, but the turnaround from CIS Hope is available. Midna going to be removed. Xiao has him available. Eng rectifies that mistake and brings main back to life. The high ground position being held from Kenzie is going to be shut down by Wayfast as he answers the call of that Season 1 sniper hero. Wayfast is the new hotness, and he proves again with that second kill onto main. We Have Org have control of this payload and have finally put a stop to the CIS Hope train.
That's the first fight they've managed to win all map with 4 minutes 30 on the clock. You're going to hope they can win another few in a row, to be honest. But looking now at what's going on either side, CIS Hope are now going to mix things up once again. They're sticking by that double sniper, but they've gone now towards Ryan and Zarya instead of the Winston and the Diva.
It's going to work wonders with unfixed Dragon Strike. He could probably throw that out now if he finds the right opportunity and get one back in time when Xiao finally has that Graviton Surge. Going to go for it from the side angle. No one's peeked yet. He will have that scouting arrow available in 3 seconds to double check where he wants to send this Dragon Strike. But they're very aware where unfixed is. As a Dragon Strike comes out from Danid across the field. No one's fallen prey to it just yet as Wayfast looking from this angle. He's got the infra sights as well, so the wall hack's going to help him find his shots a lot easier. Protective barrier was good to keep himself alive. Looking for main, missed the shot. Here comes the Dragon Strike from Unfixed, going to cut through the map. Yet again, no kills to be found, but it splits up the playing field, and Sharek is now getting in the face of We Have Org. Wayfast going to take out Kenzie with the kill feed, looking very red at the moment for CIS Hope, as they keep finding kill after kill. Yofi's going to bring some life back to the kill feed as the Transcendence is going to come out as well to keep everyone healthy. Nice charge away, denying the healing onto the targets on the payload. Here comes Danid's Doomfist again to get onto the field. Dragon Strike cuts across. 12's getting into the mech as it comes by. Should be an instant demech for him. How unfortunate for him as Sharek going to go forward with that Pocket Mercy. Everyone's running out the gate. Shatters to lock down the highly mobile stallers. CIS Hope going to complete King's Row.
We Have Org really faced there before the whole stall fight kind of began around the final point, but Sharek managed to push forward into 3. With a bit of healing in the defense matrix, he just kept on pushing forward, so all you saw in the end was one tank from We Have Org was in the backline of CIS Hope trying to shut down the healers. And what happens when you're 1 versus 3 as a tank? You're going to die. And that push was just far too easy for them. I think for We Have Org, there's a bit of hesitancy there to really try and push past Sharek or to focus him down. Just a bit split up, and that's a crux almost of playing so far apart, and I completely know why they did it. They were trying to avoid getting comboed by the Grav, having 2 members on different areas of high ground, having Zen completely off to the side and the other 3 around the point itself. It was a nice strategy. The problem is they didn't converge together, so a bit of communication there would have been really good to help them collapse on that final attack from CIS Hope. However, they've got a lot of work to do now with 3 minutes in the time bank from CIS Hope. The payload barely stopping, except for at the final point. It's more of a mountain than a molehill right now, Tridd.
One of the problems I think We Have Org has, and when many rosters have when they face up against CIS Hope, is how Sharek can often sometimes be a walking Graviton Surge. The pressure he exerts on the teams forces their attention, and they have to deal with him. And it's a great way of pulling a lot of attention and resources for, quite frankly, your very independent DPS to be able to pick off the outliers who decide not to take the bait and go into the Sharek trap.
It's a real big one as well, having Chow behind you, because all those shields he's constantly layering down onto Sharek just enables him to play this aggressive, whether it's the shields from the Zarya, whether it's the defense matrix, as we saw in that final push. It just makes it work. It enables Sharek to play so aggressive, and a lot of teams just don't know how to respond to Reinhardts that play that aggressively. One thing I really want to talk about with CIS Hope as well, that last round, we saw a very aggressive resurrection from Eng when we got into the second stage on streets. That only works because the second he went for that, the rest of CIS Hope flooded forward and just created so much pressure on We Have Org. They couldn't freely kill a Mercy and allow them to get an important resurrection to help them with their momentum into stage 2. Going in again, same high ground position CIS Hope are going to take. This time, no dive from We Have Org, so they can't take the high ground position. Unfixed is going to split their attention. They don't know where to look, so they have to back further and further into the corner. Time is ticking for CIS Hope. They need to jump in. Kenzie takes out the big shield. Those backline supports are very vulnerable right now. CIS Hope just need to get down and dirty. Sharek is just doing that as he finds Danid. And now they're going to push them into the corridor. Full retreat needed for We Have Org, or at least a stall for time, but there's nowhere for them to go. CIS Hope have cut them off from their reinforcements, and now
now they're going to pick off the stragglers.
And look at the ult charges coming across for either side. Sharak and Unfixed basically at 100%. Unfixed already there. On the other side, just a healer. That tells you just how much damage CIS Hope were layering down onto We Have Org, because as you mentioned, Tridd, that double angle from the snipers just meant that they were lost. They didn't know where to look. And Midna, he had to let one person shoot him. Sadly, it was the Widow, and you saw exactly what happened then. They got completely crushed.
Earth Shatter to hit the floor. Twirls doing what he can to disrupt that split angle. They're going in, and it Unfixed from cover will shoot out the Dragon Strike. Split out. It's almost like we're seeing Danye play May again with the Dragon Strike constantly cutting the attention. Midna taking out both of the tanks, and Twirls finally hunts down Eng. Not going to be able to get that risky resurrection again, and we'll look at that. Kenzie gets the D-Mech, might be able to take out the Bunny Blaster, but here's Lucio, Yofi to take him out of the sky.
The really funny thing in that fight was for Twirls, as he flew towards the Hanzo, he got dinged by the Widow. As he turned around to go after the Widow, he got dinged by the Hanzo. Just like, how do you deal with this? Like, it's so difficult. You either jump on one as a whole team and try and kill them, in which case you've got a Ryan on side. Hot news for you, only D.Va can go for those big dives, or you just find yourself getting bullied. But they finally make it work by distracting them for long enough for the rest of the team to bring down CIS.
Absolutely, you kind of answered your own question there. Both snipers are focusing on the same target, and the rest of your team just wins the ground war. You're getting max efficiency out of there, and you're able to win it just by sheer numbers. So I think that's what worked out really well for We Have Org there. Kenzie, he's going to be on that Junkrat. Graviton Surge from Wave Fast pulls him together. He's cycling around it like a whirlpool with the laser, trying to cut through it like some kind of cybernetic spiralizer. Yeah, the rest of We Have Org going to cut them down. Not much that Unfixed can do there because, well, the rest of his team is in disarray. We Have Org, slightly slower start on point A, but they're matching the same speed moving into streets.
Very convincing speed so far, pushing the whole way through. CIS Hope once again have got that big Grav Dragon combo down. They're not too far away either from the Transcendence. You got to give it to We Have Org though. Wave Fast, even when he's playing across here on the Zarya, it doesn't matter. He's still showing up and being very, very prolific.
They got that final checkpoint, so into the final stage. They're doing 2 minutes to match CIS Hope's time. CIS Hope in a good position with a Grav Dragon combo, so they can kill this momentum and stop them in a similar place to what We Have Org did to them. Here comes the aggression, they run straight out into it. There's Graviton Surge, no Dragon Strike being used at present because they don't need to use it. Unfixed going to send it out after dying, but everyone's already dead, so a bit of an unnecessary ult from Unfixed, but he played it safe by putting it out before he died.
Again, 4 ults being burnt out by them there, going through the Transcendence, the Tyre and the Grav Dragon. We spoke about it earlier on the first map for We Have Org, but for CIS Hope, that was an uncharacteristic overcommittal of ultimates. It's not often we see them do that. They are generally pretty good with them. And now We Have Org, they've got 5 ultimates on side to play with. This could be their round-winning fight here, Tridd.
You've got a Graviton Surge, still need to build up the Dragon Strike, but they've got the Shatter and they've got Coalescence. Coalescence, in the right circumstance, can deal a lot of damage there, especially if all the targets are together. There's the Graviton Surge, going to go for the Spiralizer again. The Coalescence is cutting through them, but it's Twirls with the Self-Destruct to find the double, and Midna with the charge. There's Cast, going to finish off Unfixed. 4 people on the payload and 4 minutes to go. This is very good pace for We Have Org.
And they've still got 1 defensive ultimate and 1 aggressive one. They've got the Earth Shatter, they've got the Sound Barrier. Everything is going their way right now. CIS Hope have got to hope for a miracle to pull this back.
This is perfect for Midna. They're all filtering at the same location. You only have to look one way to get the Shatter. Finds it onto Sharik and multiple members of CIS Hope. They've only got Chow. They're left on the point. They should be easy to cut out. Here comes the Dragon Strike to kind of give him some aid, but it's not going to matter for much. With the Transcendence onto Darned. They're returning kills. They've got Kenzie on the Tracer, but he wasn't able to touch in time. So We Have Org have the time bank advantage going into the second attempt.
Never would have thought that based on their point A attack. It looked like CIS Hope would have had an answer, but here we go, that relentless aggression. Like I say, that just sheer aggression from these newer teams that teams aren't fully used to yet, probably haven't scrimmed a whole ton. This is the kind of opportunity you live for, where you can really capitalize on the uncertainty of CIS Hope.
It's a happy-go-lucky play style. It's almost carefree in a sense, the way they're willing to throw themselves at CIS Hope and hope for the best. CIS Hope, I think I'm going to put aside with you on this one, Des, might not have the wherewithal to deal with just an uncalculated, what appears to be an uncalculated aggressive push. We Have Org seem to have their number when it comes to these aggressive pushes and really capitalizing on what they've accrued for themselves in terms of an ult economy.
I guarantee you, Chow was probably stood there when they committed those 4 ults like, oh no. We know exactly which way this next fight is going to go. If you've been tracking their ultimates, you knew We Have Holt would have had at least 3 online. They knew that next fight was going to be a rough one to try and weather through. What they'll be taking away from this one, and as the guys in the desk said, they are constantly looking to improve. They're always reviewing the errors they make. That will go down in their books as an error and something they need to clean up. That will be what the communication coach, Ilka, is working on with them. He's making sure that when these things are being committed to the fights, the ultimates that is, they're not committing too many.
Okay, so we're only going to have 31 seconds dividing these teams as we go into the second attempt, so you can pretty much call it a reset at this point. You're going to jump in and rely on that overtime surely to complete the final section of this map. High ground taken from We Have Org. Kenzie already playing around Mondata. Like you said, Des, full dive on the card. You're going to pick out and try and break through the shield, make it a little bit easier, but they're still hiding behind Mondata, making sure they're out of the view of the snipers. They're going to dive in. They kind of called the jump to happen, so We Have All going to retreat to relative safety, but they're giving up a lot of ground for CIS Hope.
They're giving up a lot of high ground is my concern. It's exactly the same problem as last time. Good interrupts onto Sharek's dive there, but there's no Junkrat to detract them from coming all the way in. Let's see if Unfixed and Kenzie can get anything from this one. No, it's not. It's going to be Main with the first kill onto the mech.
Well, 58 HP, not much Unfixed can do until he gets some healing, but like you said, there's Main getting the D-Mech. Chow going to sweep in and finish that one off. Sharek dives in on top of Yofi. Kenzie and Unfixed finally dive in, find their own individual targets to capitalize and shut down We Have Org. Started off slow, and then they pulled the trigger and take point A.
I think We Have Holt got to go back to the drawing board on this point's defense. I think a little bit chaotic there when you've got 2 snipers on point. Yes, Hanzo has a lot of damage with that storm arrows, but you find yourself in the situation where you've got a full team diving into you. There's not much you can do to stop them.
Now let's see if they can keep the momentum from their first attempt. Very fast street sections, not much resistance coming out on both sides. I wonder if someone is going to stem this flow. Already Kenzie going from the side, harassing We Have Orc, stalling them to not allow them to get entrenched for the CIS Hope to have to deal with a protected defense in the streets. And already the car is halfway through it.
Kenzie just being a bit of a pain in the back line here as well, just disrupting this setup from We Have Org. They can't get themselves into position as much as they would like. Higher up on the high ground here, they're still managing to harass them out, but Sharek's very low.
Pulse Bomb going to throw out, no kill to be found. Mid, they're taking out Sharek. The blade from Unfixed is good. Danid being the first victim at way fast has had enough of it with the rocket flail to send him backwards and bring Sharek back. Kenzie by himself will get taken out by Cast as the rest of them are going to be on that payload. CIS Hope still trying to move it forward, but the Valkyrie is going to sustain the rest of We Have Org. Danid on the Doomfist, looking to put in the work as the Transcendent now going to restore the balance to CIS Hope. Sharek's got that Primal Rage available. He's going to go low and pop it out straight away. Danid's going to get knocked around, but look how low his HP went. He went to 1,000 to 0 in nothing. Xiao with the self-destruct takes out Yofi, and We Have Org have finally put the first stall in the streak phase in this series.
Looking a lot better here as well, running the clock down for 30 seconds now. We've seen in the last series the team losing the dying moments of a round, especially in the final 30 seconds in the overtime fight. So hopefully here they can hold out. They've got Danid's ultimate once again. They have the disruption potential, but CIS Hope are looking towards a very, very, very good pulse bomb.
Valkyrie from Eng, there was a double team onto Danid with the form of Unfixed and Kenzie, both going at it. Kenzie going to be the one to pick up the kill. Sharek shuts down Midna. Yofi with the D-Mech onto Chow. CIS Hope are in control. They should be able to get the final phase of this map.
Looks like it's going to be there to be able to push through. 4 meters to go. Like you say, the final few stragglers being picked up as they've run away here. Here comes the meteor strike as well.
Where's the fist going to drop down onto? No kills to be found. Chow with the D-Mech onto Twirls. Kenzie taking out Cast, and he's going to get dropped by Twirls. Now he's out of the mech. Dunn is still trying to do what he can, forcing Unfixed back, but he left the payload unattended. They've hit that final checkpoint, but there's no time bank to play with. Overtime is the name of the game for CIS Hope.
And this time round, there's no huge ultimate advantage coming out for We Have Org. In fact, you definitely put this one more in favor of CIS Hope. They've almost got the Transcendence and the Earthshatter online. Self-destruct isn't too far away for them, but still Unfixed is very, very far away from that Dragon. But if we know if it's the Unfixed we all know and love, he's going to have that in no time.
Kenzie as well with the Widowmaker, now going to abuse these long sight lines. Danid getting down and dirty, but Main going to kill him while he's using the shield bash and exposing himself. Never dropped one shield in the phalanx. Already Unfixed is on the high ground. Self-destruct on the Transcendence. 12 takes out Sharek after a shatter. Gets the D-Mech onto Chow, negating both tanks for CIS Hope. They should fall apart here unless Unfixed can go big, but they step off the payload with none of those beefier targets. So at the home stretch, CIS Hope will end their last attack attempt.
Midna will end it for them, more specifically. A huge shatter at the end there made sure that shield could not come up, and they managed to get themselves the mech. and the Reinhardt with the self-destruct. With the 2 big tanks gone, like you say, there's no one in the front line there to actually touch the point itself to make sure they don't completely surrender the map. But now we have Org. They know they don't have to fully complete, but this map definitely ends here, Tridd. We're going into the halftime 1-on-1, or it could be 2-0 to CIS Hope, but with 3.5 minutes on the clock and after their first round push, you'd probably give this one to We Have Org.
Come on, I want that tiebreaker. It's week 2. We haven't seen any yet. Give us that 5th map, Ilios.
I was about to say, it's Ilios, isn't it? That's always an interesting one.
Throwback to Season 1.
Throwback to Season 1. That was the way it started out. Now we've got Lijiang Tower, and we've got, I'm forgetting the one already.
Oasis!
Oasis, how can I forget?
We'll see that tomorrow, Des.
Yes, we will. Today we're seeing Kings Row. Or right now, more specifically, we're seeing Kings Row. We Have Org. Curious to see what they roll with. We've already seen a couple of times now they've run the exact same defense, and it hasn't worked out for them. Question is, do they try and run the same attack that left them a bit stalled out, took them a bit wild to get rolling with last time round, or do they try and mix things up and surprise CIS Hope once again?
Looking very mobile on the side of We Have Org. You've got a lot of mobility on those players until Wayfast's going to switch it up, going to the Zarya. So we're going to rely on that Grab Dragon combination at times. It's a good option to have in their pocket. But CIS Hope, they're thinking the same thing. Unfix and Chow, they've got that ready to go themselves.
Basically mirror comps except for main on the Zen compared to the Lucio coming out of Jofi here. And of course, 2 supports actually on both sides completely different. So I'm talking rubbish. But they're going to charge up to the point here as well. No verticality means they've got to just sit on the low ground and try not to get poked to death like they did last time.
But that's not a problem because they're forcing CIS Hope to now drop down into their game. Yet again, Unfix drawing attention. Midler is just rotating on a pivot to try and block up both sniper shots. There's only so much he can do as Sharek gets in his face. Chow going to get that kill. Main with the D-Mech as well as Kenzie sits on his high ground. Gets a headshot. Finally finds Cast, so he gets the first frag on the board. Again with Wayfast, now he has no protective barrier. First push shutdown for CIS Hope.
Pretty convincing as well. We Have Org opted to go over instead to playing this triple tank setup when they saw there was double sniper on the other side. Just wanted to force their way onto the point. But abandoning that double sniper themselves meant there was nothing to contest Kenzie or Unfix, and you can see the exact result of that, as both of them have got their ultimates online.
Absolutely. Got himself a Dragon Strike. We've got the Infra Sights, and Sharek's about to have his shatter. Will he be able to slam that down with the hopes of We Have Org?
You'd be dreaming so. Nothing really online for them yet. They're about to get the coalescence up though. Cass not too far away from that one. Just don't want to get sniped out, but Jofi gets sniped out by Kenzie.
Picks off the straggler, goes for the other support. Danit is now able. It's just Cast with a coalescence, but surely they know they're going to have to try this again. CIS Hope takes control and remains in control of Kings Row.
They're not adapting to deal with the situation here, and although for a couple of these newer teams coaches that I've spoken to, they said, look, we don't play the same thing as a lot of these experienced teams. We have our own style of play, and we need to play to our strengths to ensure we win. In this case, it's time to mix things up and kind of play what's known as a counter, at the very least, to this double sniper setup. CIS Hope have got everything going for them right now. 5 ultimates online. We Have Org, very little.
We Have Org, they have got time available to get a 6-ult slammer for them and hopefully overwhelm CIS Hope with just ability power. 12's getting in the face, trying to distract these sniper rifles. They were in the same location this time. Makes it a lot easier for 12's to handle it. Graviton Surge, Dragon Strike into a Transcendence. There's the charge from Sharek to push them all together. Shatter falls flat as Midna's shield is strong enough to keep it back. The ultimate's now coming online for We Have Org. No one's dropped yet. This might turn in favor of this rookie team coming into Season 2. Wayfast gets Sharek. Kenzie going up high for a shot. Midna taking out Chow. The kill feed's looking awfully blue, Dez. And We Have Org are going to get this payload in motion.
Same worry with CIS again, expending all those ultimates, but getting very little return for it. We Have Org with 60 seconds on the clock. They've got a lot of work to do. Got to get through all the second point and at least half of the third and final one. But you just never know. There's always that feeling with these rookies that someone's going to surprise you and bring out something big. They've got combos online. Every single tank ultimate is online. This is the question. Do they expend them all in one fight and find themselves in the same situation as CIS Hope were on their round? Or do they balance them out a bit better and actually find themselves in a good advantage to take this map away?
If this set piece goes south, it's looking very bad for We Have Org. Only Cast, realistically, is going to get that coalescence in time to deal with a counterattack from CIS Hope. Already dinking out 12. Dragon Strike ready to send through. Cast nearly got that coalescence. This could be big for We Have Org to sustain them through this fight. They're going heavy, using the Amp It Up. They find a nice shatter onto multiple targets, and Midna going to clear through it. 12's finding Chow. They're about to shut down Sharek as well. We Have Org wipe out CIS Hope, and they're still keeping the payload going. But 4 seconds away from overtime, they can have 0 mistakes here.
Only expending 1 ult. Good. That's a very good, solid start, but now they've got to get through this point as well. It depends if we see CIS try and contest. The answer seems to be no, but they have the tire online. That's the big one I'm looking for here to try and get in the back line and pick off even just one support. That will really take the wind out of We Have Org sails, because CIS Hope, they're at big risk here of getting rolled over.
CIS Hope are about to enter the ultimate buffet. They're all going to have 6 ultimates available for any combination they want to use. They're going to use Graviton Surge onto Shout. You can only look one way. Transcendence to keep everyone topped up. Way fast, great to shut down that Rip Tire. Here comes the Dragon Strike through the payload. Going to get mid there and cast. Chow follows up with the kill. CIS Hope have stagnated. We Have Org, and the overtime surely is going to tick down. CIS Hope go into the half 2-0.
It's exactly what a lot of people expected coming into this series, that the dominant team from last season, the playoff team, would be able to bring down the newbies, but it shows some promise. It's got to see a bit more coordination out of those guys and maybe some more flexibility in their roster, because they struggled for a long time against that double sniper comp, and yes, they made it work in the end, but they wasted so much time in that first point attack. Yeah,
just tidy it up. It's been a little bit like Copenhagen Flames, showing a lot of promise, but they need to cross the I's, cross the T's, dot the I's, sorry, and really come together as a team. When they do that, they've shown that they can play top-level Contenders Overwatch, so I'm not really concerned about this team going into the next couple of weeks. We're going to take a chat with our analyst desk, and they're going to break down the half so far.